Hello, my name is Adam, and I'm on a quest to review stuff. So basically, I review books, movies, podcasts, plays, and music albums. I haven't done that in a while because usually what I do is I sit down and I listen to the album and I make copious notes and I type everything out. But I broke my elbow recently and I don't feel like I want to do unnecessary typing. So I'm going to change this. This is going to be an interactive review. So, what I'd like you to do is I would like you to find an album, this album, Waiting for the Sun from 1967 by The Doors. Maybe you have a CD version. I don't care how you find it, but find it and listen to the tracks while I am giving my interpretation, and then you can see what you think, and maybe we agree, maybe we disagree, whatever. So a little bit about the album. So it came out on July 3rd, 1968, and it's the third album by the rock band The Doors, and it was released by Elektra Records. So I am I'm going to listen to it and comment on the tracks as as we go along. And I'll put some maybe like graphics over there, right there, so it won't be kind of boring to look at while you're listening. So again, this is interactive. Tell me what you think about it at the end. What you think, maybe even comment while you're watching. Pause the video, comment what you think about the songs. Okay, so the first song is called Hello, I Love You. Okay, they got sued for this song because it's connected to the melody from You Really Got Me, um, of the Kinks. Okay, it was really loud on my headphones. So yeah, they got sued by the Kinks, but it's very bouncy. And this Hello, I Love You, won't you tell me your name? Very 1968. Saw her wicked and her legs are long. When she moves, my brain sings out this song. Ha- Oh, he's not doing the hello part yet. Oh, but this is like nice slide guitar. And then we get like more aggressive. That begs for something sweet. Hope to see you, girl. Do you hope to pluck this dusty jewel? Now it's like wild hello. 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 And he's Morrison's going crazy, and there's like this like very rhythmic kind of thing that the band is doing, holding everything together. They had like great rhythm even though they didn't have a bass guitar specifically. Yeah. So Hello, I Love You. What do I think about that song? It's it's fine. Did they really need to plagiarize You Really Got Me? Um, Hold on. Wait, wait. Don't play that one yet. My player is going on to the next song, but I don't think that's the next song. Um, yeah, so about Hello, I Love You. Um, yeah, it's kind of like a question, how much is plagiarism and how much is just creativity. And I think it's no secret that the band took huge influences from jazz But when they did it from rock, the rock musicians were more like, this is my baby. You can't have it." Oh, that is the next song. All right, so the next song we will play now, Love Street, second track on the first side of Waiting for the Sun. And weirdly, cool, maybe interesting fact, there is a song that the Doors did called Waiting for the Sun, but it wasn't ready by the time the album would be released, but they kept the name of the track on the album. I don't know if you find that interesting or not. I find it a little bit interesting. Okay, so Love Street. It's very like kind of Sesame Street rhythm. It's like really hopping. She has a house and garden. I would like to see what happens. That's an interesting lyric. She has robes and she has monkeys, lazy diamond studded flunkies. Um, I mean, it sounds good, but you actually like you think about it. She has robes and monkeys. Does she literally have monkeys? I think the monkeys is just to rhyme with flunkies. She has wisdom and she knows what to do. And there's like this piano. She has me. She has you. So this part's fine. And then there's like tinkling piano solo by Manzarek. This sounds very nice. I think the next part's going to be. And then we have this kind of attempt at drama that they did often in songs, but I don't think it works here. And then there's going to be a voiceover, which is bad. You. Yeah, I see you live. I see you live on Love Street. There's a store where the creatures meet. I wonder what they do in there. Summer Sunday in a year. I guess I like it fine so far. So, um, it sounds very. So, the thing about Morrison's lyrics is that sometimes it's great poetry and sometimes it's crappy poetry. And I think in this song, it leans more. Like the first part of the song is okay, but this, like, voiceover is ridiculously embarrassing. Plus, he sounds a bit drunk because he was an alcoholic. And then we go back to the chorus. She has a house and garden. I'd like to see what happens. That's a great line. But the rest, and then there's this la 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 part. Maybe he forgot the lyrics. But it sounds better than the voiceover, so I'm not going to criticize that. And then it fades out. So, Love Street. A good song or a bad song? I think it's an interesting song, for sure. It's not the best song of the Doors. So we had an okay song that was plagiarized, but very upbeat in Hello, I Love You. And then we have a song. Okay, let's be frank. It's a bad song, like 4 out of 10 because of the voiceover. It had potential. Now, but we had two songs about love. Now the third song. on the album is completely different. It's Not to Touch the Earth. And I think that this was part of a much longer sort of performance piece that Morrison did called uh, Celebration of the Lizard, which is on a live album. But this is the first time it was on an album. Not to Touch the Earth. Okay, very atmospheric beginning. And the eerie organ. Touch the earth, not to touch the sun. Nothing left to do but run, run, run. Let's run. Oh, God, that's awesome. Let's run. Upon the hill, staying still, shadows of the breeze, witnessing wild trees. Okay, I messed up the lyrics, but shadows of the trees witnessing the wild breeze. And then this kind of crescendo descending. I don't know what you call it, crescendo descending, but like now you have this like crazy franticness, and then it stops. Let's run. It stops for a second. It goes back, and then it gets faster. Mansion is warm in the comfort of the hill. Rich are the rooms and the comforts there. There's another eyes on the risk. Won't know a thing till you get inside. This is a great performance. Everyone is doing a great job here. Dense corpse in the driver's car. The engine runs on glue and tar. Come along, going very far to the east to meet the czar. Okay, so the line "come along, not going very far to the east to meet the czar." It's a bad line for sure. Maybe he could have thought of a better line, but the whole thing is just so atmospheric. Like, you know, the feeling that this poem is uh, trying to suggest, and the music is just great. I was like banging my feet for a bit there, so I think my neighbor would be upset by that on a Sunday morning. So I got to stop. All right, but the song's not done yet. And then Krieger's like fills are great, and Densmore is like really. This is one of his best performances on this album so far. Ah, great scream. And then we go back to this like kind of circle that's frantic. Live by the side of the lake. Minister's daughter's in love with a snake. Lives at the rail by the side of the road. Wake up, girl! We're almost home! Oh, this is awesome. If you haven't listened to this song, go out and listen to it. Not to Touch the Earth by The Doors. By morning. And then the guitar again, filling in beautifully. Side by evening. And then just sun, 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 moon, moon, moon. Burn, burn. Oh, burn, burn, burn. I forgot. Soon, soon, soon. I'm going to see you. And he's like spinning around. And then it all comes crashing down. And finally, after the crash, an eerie voice, I am the Lizard King, I can do anything. So that's where that comes from. that line from Morrison, which is so classic. So I think that this is why this song, and I haven't listened to, I have listened to the Celebration of the Lizard, but I think that this is 3 minutes and 54 54 seconds, and it's probably the most intense 3 minutes and 54 seconds in the history of rock. Like, because it doesn't rely on big guitar solos, it relies on this mood that the band is putting together. So, Densmore's rhythm is driving, and it's putting shape to these lyrics, which are very, very eerie. And as I said, not all the lines are perfect, but it 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 portrays this mood that it just pushes you there. And I don't know. You kind of the Doors are a band that you either like or you don't like. Um, and this is a typical example. This is like perfection for a Doors fan. This is like probably the best Doors can ever get. So we had like two weak songs, and then we had this song. And I think that it's perfect that it's so short. But probably eventually I will review the Celebration of the Lizard. Okay, so we had two weak songs, a really strong song, and then the next song is called Summer's Almost Gone. And we're back to this elegant piano. And Morrison's kind of like very spent. And just repeating the same line over and over again. Where will we be when the summer is gone? And Densmore is emphasizing the end of lines. Morning found us calmly unaware. Their noon burned gold into our hair. At night we swam the laughing sea. When summer's gone, where will we be? It's fine. It's a nice poem. Where will we be? The music's a bit underwhelming, but it's also very soft and atmospheric, and then very elegant, kind of classical guitar. I mean, piano, I keep mixing that up. The guitar is more like in the background here. It's a slide guitar that Krieger is playing. Yeah, it's this is atmosphere in a different way. This is like Sunday morning, you wake up with somebody you love, which is a great feeling, right? And I like that line. Morning found us calmly unaware. Noon burned gold into our hair. I would say that this might be a Krieger song, that Krieger might have written it, because it's very restrained. Where will we be when summer's gone? It's almost gone. Yeah, it's this is like perfect song for late August. You know, the leaves are starting to turn. It's a great song. We had some good times, but they're gone. So yeah, there's on and on. Summer's almost gone. Yeah, so that's a great song. And I want to check if I'm still recording because sometimes when I flip between things, it stops recording. I am still recording, and I want to check relatively quickly who wrote Summer's Almost Gone. Oh, okay. That's why. It's not Krieger's song. It is a Morrison song, but it's one of the first songs that he ever wrote. So there's this feeling that you still need to have the proper structure of a song, like poetic, but still there. And I think like this is, he can be, or he could be, because he's dead, unfortunately, he could be a very brilliant songwriter, but he also could be very pretentious and amateurish when it comes to lyrics. Because sometimes it was more about the feeling than the actual meaning. But I think this is a perfect song, actually. It's kind of that feeling at the end of summer, and there's like a bit of uh, a hint of despair at the end. Like we had some good times, but they're gone. Winter's coming on, summer's almost gone. Yeah, it's a perfect song. I don't know. I don't think I would put it after Not to Touch the Earth, but you kind of need a break after that. Okay, then we have Wintertime Love. In love, I'm hoping to be. Wind is so cold, is that the reason? Keeping me warm, your hands touching me. Yeah, I I think Come With Me Dance, My Dear. Winter's so cold this year. Uh, it kind of feels like a shanty, and I think that they're trying to put all of the elements of what makes their music good here, but it doesn't work. Let's see who wrote that song. We don't know. There's no Wikipedia. Um, yeah, I never liked this song. I'd always skip the song. That's why I'm talking through it. I think they're trying to recreate this summer's almost gone. Like I think maybe Morrison had this summer's almost gone, and then somebody said we should make a wintertime song. But but I think I'm not sure. I think Manzarek was from Chicago originally, but I think the rest of them all grew up in the South, or at least in California. So I don't think that they actually know what winter is like. Winter is not a shanty. Mm-mm. Winter, winter is like not to touch the earth. That's the vibe you should get with winter. You know, winter is dramatic. Winter is like the enjoyable part about winter is that the earth is trying to kill you and you survive, hopefully. That's the enjoyable part about winter. It's not like, oh, wintertime love is so, yes, I'm hoping to fall in love in winter. You're not hoping to fall in love in winter. You're hoping to survive in winter. You're hoping you don't die, man. All right. So we have two great songs so far, three weak songs, and now we go to one of those epic songs that the Doors are known for, like the end and when the music is over. This is The Unknown Soldier. Wait until the war is over and we're both a little older. The Unknown Soldier. Breakfast where the news is read. Television, children fed. Unborn living, living dead, bullet strikes the helmet's head. Yeah, and you got this like good frantic introduction, a nice scene of people watching the news on TV in the morning and looking at this violence. And then it's all over, the unknown soldier. So it's like the war is over and the life is over. And the war is over because the life is over. And then you have this sort of like military chants thing. Also, really good. And there it's an execution. And a gunshot. And that's in the first minute. I guess it's not too long. It's 3 minutes long, this song. I thought it was one of those 8 minute things. And then we're back to the first verse. But it's frantic now. And Morrison's getting more and more frantic, so the message is like you can't escape this, and the war is over when people die. So this is probably one of their clearest anti-war songs, but it's not preachy, right? It's showing you why war is bad. Is it a good song though? I don't know. It's hard to say. I think when you execute somebody in the first minute and your song is 3 minutes long, I think maybe you kind of blew it a little bit too early. It's not a bad song, but the structure is kind of weird. So you have this execution, which is probably quite dramatic, but maybe like, and I like this like breakfast where the news is read, television, children fed, bullet strikes the helmet's head. So it's a good line, and it's very sparse, which is good for Morrison. So I personally I think it's maybe a bit overused because it is their clear anti-war song. So maybe a bit overused, but the song itself is not bad. In fact, it's good. I wouldn't say it's brilliant. I think if you rearranged it, it would be more brilliant. And that brings us to the end of the first side of the album, because that was important in those days. And we go to the second side of the album, and Spanish Caravan opens it. And you have some flamenco from Krieger. And it's good. Nothing else happening. And then you have the rock starting again, very frantically. A harpsichord, I believe. Yeah, I think it's a harpsichord, which fits. Re mi caravan, take me away. Take me to Portugal, take me to Spain. Andalusia with fields full of grain. I hope to see you again and again. Take me, Spanish caravan. Yes, I know you can. I don't know, it's fine. Maybe romanticizing Spain in the middle of the Franco dictatorship is not the best thing to do. Oh, and then we got real rock. Okay, that's a shift. Kind of fuzzy. It's fuzzy guitar effect, electric guitar. And then we're back to electric organ and weird ethereal sound effects. Ten Spalian galleons lost in the sea. I know where treasure is waiting for me. Silver and gold in the mountains of Spain. I hope to see you again and again. Me, Spanish caravan. Yes, I know you can. And dramatic. And that song was before When the Music's Over on the Greatest Hits album. So you had that drum snap, and then it went in like the do, 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 do. There was two good songs to pair, actually. But Spanish Caravan, is it a good song? It's very atmospheric, but I think it's one of those things where they took a weak Morrison poem and they tried to make it more profound by surrounding it by like very atmospheric kind of Doors music. And I Andalusia, fields full of grain. I hope to see you again and again. Take me, Spanish caravan. Yes, I know you can. I mean, rhythmically, it sounds good, but if you think about it, like, take me, Spanish caravan. Yes, I know you can. Like, it's like grade two rhyming scheme there. So yeah, it's basically like they're kind of desperate for material at this point, and they're like, "Hey, let's do this. I have this poem that I wrote when I was 8. What do you think?" And they're like, yeah, man, we can do, we can do a flamenco introduction to it, and then it can be like sonically, it's great, but um, it's weak lyrically. The melody is good though. So it's not the worst song on the album, but it's definitely not the best song. So far the best songs would be Summer's Almost Gone and Not to Touch the Earth. So we have basically two good songs on the album. Not that the other songs are bad, they're just not great. Okay, then we have My Wild Love. And it's just Morrison singing this song, My Wild Love. My wild love went riding all the day. She went to the devil and asked him to pay. The devil was wiser. It's time to repent. He asked her to give back the money she spent. And then you have this like nice chant. She gathered together some shells for her hair. Nice melody. She wrote for a while and stopped for an evening and laid her head down. And they're going, kind of very eerie. She rode to the farm. She rode she rode to Japan and re-entered a town. By this time the weather had changed 1 degree. She asked for the people to let her go free. My wild love is crazy. She screams like a bird. She moans like a cat. When she wants to be heard, it's very quiet now. And then everyone's chanting now. My own wild love went riding. And then she rode on. Okay, so I think again, it's this problem I have with Morrison where sometimes his poetry is transcendent and sometimes it's frustratingly amateur. And I'm saying this as a guy who bought all Jim Morrison's poetry books. I had all of his albums growing up, so I'm a Doors fan, but I have to say this is a typical example. So you have this atmosphere of my wild love went riding, and you have the drums and you have the chanting, and they're doing a great job of making it atmospheric. And some of the lines in this poem are brilliant, like my wild love is crazy. She screams like a bird. She moans like a cat when she wants to be heard. That's mind blowing. But just before that part, you have the filler, which is my wild love rode on. She rode to Japan. She rode on to the next town. Why is Japan? Why is Japan in this thing at all? We don't need Japan. What do we care if the weather changed by 1 degree? It sounds poetic. It sounds great, but I mean that doesn't even sound great. It just sounds ridiculously stupid. So again, I mean, it's different. It's different. So I could see this being on the album with Not to Touch the Earth and Summer's Almost Gone. So I have 3 songs that I would keep from this album. All right, and then we go to. Let me check if that's actually on the album. Yep, We Could Be So Good Together. Fuzzy guitar, jaunty drums. We could be so good together. We could be so good together. Could, we could tell you lies. It's like a circus. You wicked lies. Tell you lies. Tell you wicked lies. Tell the world that will invent without relent. Surprise, expedition, temptation, and invention. We're good together, so good together, good together, so good, we could. All right, okay, all right. This is not a good song. They're trying their best, but it's not good. That's like one of these profound songs with a capital P. It would be better if it was just like a straight up rock song, like the Stones, but they're trying to make it mystical, and it's not working. Tell you lies, tell you wicked lies. Tell you wicked lies. Tr- Tracks from joy. It's the angels we destroy. Well, that's kind of a cool line. The time you wait subtracts from joy, beheads the angels we destroy. But I mean, good line. But maybe make it a more like rocker rather than trying to make it mystical. Make it enjoyable, folks. Make it enjoyable. Angels dance and angels die. It's not fast enough, I think. Yeah, they were just. It's not fast enough. They're trying to be all mystical, but uh, it's not that mystical. Okay, 40 minutes for this review, but I think it's worth it. All right, now we turn to Yes, the River Knows. Dun dun dun. Please believe me. The river told me very softly, wants you to hold me. Fall, flow, river flows, on and on it goes. Breathe underwater till the end. We fall, flow, river flows, on and on it goes. Breathe underwater till the end. Yes, the river knows. I love the song actually. It's great lyrics. Just believe me, you won't lead me. I'm going, but I need little time. Promised I would drown myself in mystic heated wine. Just believe me, river told me very softly to hold me. And the musical accompaniment is great. I've been talking a lot about the music, but like a very restrained guitar solo from Krieger here works perfectly. Like, this is the kind of album I think that they were going for uh, with Summer's Almost Gone, Not to Touch the Earth, Even My Wild Love, and Yes, the Rivers. I'm going, but I need a little time. Mist, I would drown myself in mystic heated wine. Like, the lyric kind of ridiculous, but it really works with this poem. Full river flow, on and on it goes. Breathe underwater till the end. Like, that's an image of somebody drowning. Flow, river, flow, on and on it goes. Breathe underwater till the end. Yes, the river knows. Yeah, great. Great poem. Great song. Um, so that is a song that I would keep on the album if I had been there in 1968. I think that they don't have enough for an album. They have enough for like one side of an album, and there's lots of filler on this. Um, okay, now we go to probably one of the more famous, not famous Doors songs, 5 to 1. And this is the last song on the album. Yeah, come on. Love my girl. She looking good. And there's big drumming. I can't drum. And then Morrison's drunk off his head. 5 to 1. 1 in 5. No one gets out alive. You'll get yours, baby. I'll get mine. You're gonna make it, baby, if we try. So basically, this is like a revolution song that in 1968, the younger generation outnumbered the older generation by 5 to 1. Like the old get older and the young get stronger. It might get, we, they got the guns, but we got the numbers. Gonna win. Yeah, we're taking over. Come on. So this is Morrison's sort of like revolutionary song. And it's kind of funny because in the next album, there is a song called Tell All the People. That's the Soft Parade album, and that's a pretty controversial album, but there's a song called Tell All the People, and one of the lines is like, come on, bring your guns, follow me. And Morrison didn't like that line because he didn't want to be associated with this violent revolution. But 5 to 1 is clearly a revolutionary song. It's about like the youth taking over. They got the guns, but we got the numbers. And he's pretty drunk. Krieger's solo is really good. Densmore is doing a good job right now here too. Nice fills. Your ballroom days are over, baby. Night is drawing near. Shadows of the evening crawl across the years. Walk across the floor with your were in your hand, trying to tell me no one understands. Trading your house for a handful of dimes. Gonna make it, baby, if we're prime, in our prime. Another one more time. Come together one more time. No more smooth whispering. One more time. One more time. It is a great song. The lyrics are kind of ridiculous, but Morrison's drunkenness has like a edge to it. It's really aggressive, like heavy metal, but like not musically heavy metal. This like thing that only the Doors are good at, which this kind of eerie, really like apocalyptic rock at the end of the world sort of thing, at the end of civilization thing. It doesn't work as a revolutionary song, but it's kind of a revolutionary song. This is Morrison's version of revolution. Come on, honey. Go along home and wait for me, honey. I'll be there in just a little while. I gotta go out and scream for all these people. And then the drum, get together one more time. Get together one more time. Get together, got to get together one more time. And then his eerie laugh to end the song. Love my girl. She looking good. Okay, so that is Waiting for the Sun, the third studio album from The Doors. Thank you for listening along with me. What are my thoughts? Um, I think that they really rushed this album out because they wanted because the first album was like a massive hit, and the second album wasn't as massive as the first album, but it still was a hit. So they wanted to follow it up with yet another hit, and I don't think that they had strong enough material for an album, especially like a commercially successful album. Hello, I Love You was, what are the singles off of this album? So the singles were The Unknown Soldier and Hello, I Love You. So The Unknown Soldier, not very commercially. I mean, it's a message song, so 1968 probably a good time to release a song like that, but the big songs were like If You're Going to San Francisco, like very easy songs to understand for the youth, not like a complicated song where there's an execution in the first minute. And Hello, I Love You, which is just a copy of You Really Got Me by the Kinks. So you're not gonna like attract a huge audience with that. And if we talk about like the artistic merits of the album, there are like really great successful songs like My Wild Love, Not to Touch the Earth, Summer's Almost Gone, and Yes, the River Knows, and even 5 to 1. So I think you have a good one side, but the rest is just filler. Like, We Could Be So Good Together, Wintertime Love, and even Spanish Caravan. And I think the main problem I have with Morrison and his work is clear here is that you have great poetry, which is just constantly undermined by a lack of editing. And I think I said that in one of my reviews of one of their other albums. Morris, they never edited Morrison because Manzarek, Densmore, and Krieger, those are the other people in the band, they really thought that he was a great poet, and they weren't great poets. And sometimes he is a great poet, but sometimes he's not, right? And I think if you had great poets without editing, they're not great poets anymore. They're just great poets sometimes. So he really needed to be edited. And I think that because they relied on his lyricism, sometimes they made mistakes in the actual presentation of the material. And um, I think Wintertime Love is an example of that, and Spanish Caravan also. Like maybe keep the rhythm, keep the melody, but change the lyrics. I don't know. But yeah, do the Doors uh do they hold up? Can you listen to them 50 years later? Yeah, yeah, you can. Like what the do when the Doors are really really successful and they accomplish what they're trying to achieve, they're like one of the best bands at doing what they do. So Not to Touch the Earth, as I said, is like some of the most intense 3 minutes and 54 seconds in rock history. So if you want a good track to show your friends what the Doors are really about, I don't think you should listen to Light My Fire or The End. Listen to Not to Touch the Earth. Yeah, so yeah, it's great. Like the whole, I mean, I think it's an unsuccessful album, but if I was gonna rate it, I'd still give it like 7 out of 10. But what do you think? Did you like my format of a review, uh, an album listening party? Uh, I don't know. I'll probably do this again if anybody comments on this video that they like it. All right. So if you like what I do other reviews. So please like and subscribe so you get more of my stuff in your feed. And if you're listening on Spotify, please give me a follow so you can also get stuff in your feed from me. All right. Thanks. Bye bye.